You know what's crazy? I think y'all feel safer when there's multiple men around. Like that, like if there's only in public. If there's like only one dude on the street,
public, not poly. I thought you said
public. Like y'all feel safer when there's maybe 20, 30 men out there, except for the ones like when you go to the gas station.
Yeah, I'm literally thinking of the gas station. I'm like, no,
like think about if you're walking down the street and there's just guys on the street, they doing their own. You got that dude over there washing windows, this guy working the bodega, shit like that. When there's men out there versus you walking down the street, there ain't no man on the street, and there's only one guy out there, and you walking and he's walking behind you. He don't got no designs on you. I guarantee you feel safer with that dude walking behind you if you know there's another dude up the street that you about to walk past that ain't got shit to do with.
No.
But I don't think that all women will share that sentiment, but I would say if they would probably feel safer walking through the downtown area at night with a man versus being alone.
But I will say this because
I feel safer with my steel in my purse.
She brought up. Let me say this. I gotta say this because I don't want to lose it. Because I did make a great
somebody said not Big Bertha, she always safe.
But because you did make a great point about the selective process and the average guy. What I think you specifically suffer from, and there's a lot of women of your caliber, and I don't take this as me blowing up your head. A lot of women who are exceptionally I'm not gonna even try to over compliment, but you have to deal with a competitive market whenever you are, I would say 7 or 8 or 9. The higher you go up, you got to you're in a weight class where it's going to be you got to have to be a little bit more strategic. And what the problem you're running into, the guys that are taking a liking of you are these average guys that are punching outside of their weight class. So you're faced with that dilemma. You get what I'm saying? So you just got to be able to swipe off those guys and optimize yourself for the guys that you actually can run parallel with in the dating market. I see that a lot of time with women who are up there. You know what I'm saying? And they punch down on the average guys. They just see you as they think they got a shot. So it's not that we don't think women can do right or anything. We just, a lot of times y'all inaccurately be punching outside of your weight class, and oftentimes the cute ones, the really good looking ones be settling for the BS, or they be in the wrong market. So you're running into these 5'9" and these average dudes, and it's causing all this stress and frustration. You got to learn how to navigate. You got to learn how to associate with the right class that you're supposed to be in. And I would argue if you're a high caliber woman, you're beautiful, you fit and all this other stuff, you need to start targeting networking events.
Right.
Balls, gala balls, charity events.
Most women don't even know where to go. They don't know where these men that they're looking for are.
Class your presence had to be in a different class than the average girl. Because these 5'9" dudes that can't provide and protect, they don't have access to those areas. But all a woman got to do is be beautiful to access.
And another thing, one of the main words that he mentioned is competitive. And a lot of women their ego is too big to feel like they should compete for a man. But guess what? It is competitive. And the women who are going to end up with them, and who you're going to be like, damn, how'd she do that? Because they were competitive, because they were practicing strategic placement. They knew where these men were. They studied it. They were very intentional about it. And they put their egos aside and decided to pursue those men, or at least be in those places where they're supposed to be. You are actively avoiding those types of men. If you're going to let your ego tell you that, oh, well, he needs to pursue me, those men that you want, the exceptional men, don't have to pursue you. He's pursued on a regular basis from everyone on his number level all the way down. And he's going to pick up everything. And some night he might pick a 3 up, low hanging fruit on some humbug shit and hit her off too. So you got to understand that all of those women are going for him, and he's going to take whatever he wants. So what's going to make him pursue a woman? Men that have access to women like that don't feel the need to pursue women, and they will almost never, unless they just doing it for sport. It's not happening. So if you're not intentional about it, you're gonna let your ego kill your whole life.
Yeah, don't check out.
You're not gonna get what you want.
I'm gonna tell you, these guys actually do you a favor by walling themselves in to a place where you got to be at a certain level to get in, to make it less competitive for you. Because if they just hang around every other average guy, then it would even the women that are below him or below you would still try to compete for those guys. So walling themselves into like places where you got to have like you got to be actually beautiful. They're not gonna even let you in the door if you're not this type of your appearance ain't up to par. They're actually doing you a favor by creating this space for you can have a less competitive tension whenever you go and meet these guys. You just gotta know. You just gotta look around your city and figure out what these events are. Damn, my motherfucking mic.
No, you fucked.
Hey, I did have a question. Are men building lives for wives or just for the access to women?
Both.
Yeah, that's so broad. What do you mean? That's very broad.
I thought that was a good question.
I thought that was a great question as well.
Yeah, it is a good question. All right, whoever thought it was a great question, go ahead and answer first. Shan.
well, I think that was a question for men. I mean, are you guys because if I just go from observation, I'm not a man. I don't think that men are rushing to the altar. I think that men do have access to women. I think most men have access to a woman. There is a woman checking for him, right? It's just whether or not he's using her for
most
sex.
Men do not have
So
that.
let me just say this. No, it depends on the age. If you're looking at the stats talking about virgins, that's 16 to 24. I'm talking about after 24. Okay. Y'all like to bring up stats and don't look at the sample size. What I'm trying to so basically, when you're looking at men in the way they're moving, right? I've seen men have women in relationships for years wanting to get married, and it's just not happening. I think you've even stated before, Bruiser, women get confused. That guy does not want you for marriage. He wants access to your body. He was playing you. Some of y'all don't know that y'all just a booty call. You've even said that some women don't know that they are just a booty call. And what they do is they get confused. They think they really have access to this guy and he's just playing them, right? So there are a lot of people in situations like that. Because I'm going to tell you one thing I know about men. When they want you, he wants you, okay? he wants you. So all them games, it's probably because he probably don't want you like that. You know what I'm saying? So with that, there's a lot of that going on. That's all I'm saying.
So
now I do believe, let me say this real fast. I do think that men do want marriage. The problem is the girl that he's dealing with right now. If he wants married, saying I want marriage is, one day I want marriage. If the perfect girl, meanwhile, I'm messing with a girl right now. And I've been with her for 2 years. But, I want marriage, just not with her. But he's not saying I don't want it with her. You understand? So to women, they're saying, he doesn't want marriage. In his mind, I do want marriage, just not with you. But that's not coming out of his mouth. So it seems like he doesn't want marriage, but he does. It's just not with the people that he's messing with. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying. There is men out there finessing women, thinking that they're gonna get this retention and get engaged. And I think me and Sweeney, well, we went toe to toe with a whole group of guys on King Talk multiple times, and damn near got banned from there because we went against the grain and supporting y'all on that, and none of y'all came to our defense. Shan.
I probably tuned out. I do that a lot. I did that a lot tonight. On which part? I'm confused.
Oh, honey.
Henny.
Oh, honey.
I was just
What night are you talking about?
Well, I mean, we're talking about how men were trained up. Men were trained up, educated from their fathers and their uncles to pursue women, to treat women as like they're disposable.
No, I did. I told you. I said I saw that King Talk, and I gave you praises in the comment. I said that you.
I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to talk about it because it creates a lot of enemies for me. But I have to be honest. Whenever the conversation comes, that does happen, and we still, a lot of us are still on the fence on that. You still got the other side where guys are saying no, they don't do that, and I think they're telling the women, the young girls, as early as whatever, to be chaste, even though they deviate. But
Right.
that's the education. And Sweeney was really in the mix before me, so he can better explain. But it is a finesse.